A new lawsuit by Target warehouse workers in Yolo County, California, highlights a training sheet that was given to managers at the warehouse, and it informs them on how they should deal with Mexican warehouse workers.
Uh-oh.
So we actually have the list of bullet points that were given to these managers, and the first few seem like they're okay, but it gets worse. So let's go to A. Food. Not everyone eats tacos and burritos. Now they're specifically referring to Mexicans. Oh, you don't say. I'm glad that their managers aren't smart enough to know that.
Music. Not everyone dances to salsa. My favorite. Dress. Not everyone wears a sombrero. Okay, now let's pause there for a second. Now, why do we say that that's not that bad? Because it might be a goofball who's trying to do the right thing and think, like, maybe my workers are idiots, the white workers are idiots, and they don't know these things, and I should spell out the obvious things to them, like, hey, don't say racist things to our Mexican workers. They don't all wear sombreros and eat tacos and burritos, etc.
Yeah.
Giving them the benefit of the doubt. It turns out they don't deserve the benefit of the doubt because of points 4 through 6.
Yeah, so let's take a look at that. The next one says, Mexicans, lower education level, some may be undocumented.
Oh,
but
boy.
then they decide to talk about Cubans, political refugees, legal status, higher education level.
Nice assumption. That's awesome.
And they may say, okay, and pretend to understand when they do not, just to save face.
That's referring specifically to Mexicans. So the Mexican-Cuban thing in D&E really gives away what the hell's actually going on here. Like, don't get them wrong. Some Latinos we're not supposed to hate. Like the Cubans are political refugees, good guys, are running away from Castro and the communists, right? And they have high education, they're smart. The Mexicans are the idiots. Now they don't always eat tacos and they don't know, who wears a sombrero? I mean, you really walking into work in California with a sombrero, right? They don't always wear sombreros, but don't get me wrong, it's low education level. And sometimes they'll pretend to understand something by saying, okay, but they don't understand anything. They're Mexicans, come on, right? They put that up on the wall to teach people on how to treat Mexicans.
No, it's incredible. So there were 3 men that worked at this particular warehouse, and I should note that this is not a company-wide policy. This was just at this warehouse in Yolo County, which I find hilarious.
Yeah, maybe he put up the sign thinking, YOLO.
Jeez.
Okay.
So anyway, 3 Mexican workers at that warehouse were understandably bothered by this, and so Robert Gonzalez, Bulmaro Fabian, Pedro Garcia Ayala all filed this lawsuit because they actually got fired after they complained about what was going on. But why wouldn't you complain if you have, some higher up telling you that you're probably uneducated and you probably don't understand anything when you say okay? Hell yeah, you should sue.
Right, no, and the first thing they did was complain to their supervisor, and their supervisor then takes it out on them, retaliates, and then they eventually get fired.
Exactly.
So what the hell were they supposed to do? And now, of course, Target says, oh my God, we're so sorry. That's just one place. That's not company-wide policy, and it's totally wrong. So thereby indicating that those 3 guys were absolutely right. There's no excuse for it. And what I'm amazed by is, since I'm not racist, I can't imagine that someone actually writes that shit out on a piece of paper and puts it on a wall and says, this is how you should deal with Mexicans. Like, that blows my mind that some people think like that. And those are the guys in charge of hiring. So, does discrimination still exist in this country? Of course. Does it have huge effects on minorities? Obviously. Mm-hmm. So don't believe the hype that the right-wingers say, oh no, discrimination, oh, it's done. None of that.